Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the Win Black Elk hunting recurve. Now this riser is 21 inches long. The limbs that fit onto it make the bow overall 62 inches long. I was going to say it's a machine riser. It's an aluminium riser, die cast, a wood grip on it. Now this comes in four colours. This is the bronze. Now there's no sight holes here because this is for barebow shooting. International fitting limbs, so they just clip in. The poundage is adjustable from 35 to 65. When I say adjustable, you can buy those limbs. So 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. And you can adjust the poundage 5% either side of the pounds. Now to do that, you have to loosen off the bolt at the back here, and then you wind it up or down like a compound. Now you cannot wind it up or down without loosening this, otherwise you'll strip out the bolt in the middle. Here you'll strip out the center bit here. So make sure you loosen this before you touch this, otherwise you'll strip it out, and that is not a warranty. It's you stuffed it. Now, the limbs, you can move the limbs left or right. It's a push-pull mechanism. There'll be a locking bolt first, and then a bolt that loosens or tightens this little bracket here. Now, generally I don't touch this stuff, I just go shoot it. The grip feels pretty comfortable. You can see it puts my hand in the exact right position. Feels nice weight. Price point in Australia about $240. That's the bronze. The green's becoming really popular. In a lot of bows these days. So that's a drab green camo. So this is just next camo. So this is just a generic camo. Looks very much like your mossy oaks. And of course the popular black riser. Now there's a whole bunch of recurve hunting aluminium recurves on the market. The Samick Discovery, the Jungsing Pharos, the Jungsing 266, the Jungsing T-bow. There's a whole bunch of international fitting limb hunting recurves on the market. So what makes this unique? Well, Win, first off, they are known for high quality target recurve, so they're really well known for the Wolf, which is a carbon hunting recurve, which is extremely popular, bet about $1,000. As I said, the price point of this, $240 for the riser, about $200 for the limb, so about $440 all up for a hunting recurve with international fitting limbs, which is really well priced. So this is the wood limb. You'll see it's a laminate here, twin laminate, international fitting here, so they just clip straight in. Look, it's a nice looking limb. Look, it's not an expensive limb. It's not a foam limb. I think Win could obviously do like these limbs in foam because they have that technology for all their other limbs. Look, I'd prefer this limb in foam, but it is a wood limb and it is about $200. This one's a $62.50. Now, common questions I get, well, what poundage bow should I be shooting? Well, that's up to you. The more you shoot, the more your body will fatigue. I've just gone up 2 pounds. And my body was hurting when I did it. It's feeling pretty good right now. 2 weeks down the track, shooting arrows every day, letting my body rest and heal and recover. But the more you shoot, the more you fatigue. So it depends on how many arrows you're shooting, depends how much you shoot, all that sort of stuff. But start off low and work your way up in poundage. So, look, the other question I get is what size bow should I get for my draw length? All recurve bows are measured at 28. The longer the bow, the smoother it will be. The shorter the bow, the faster it will be and the more it will stack. So let's say you've got a big long draw length, then you're better with a long bow. If you're shorter, you're probably better with a bit shorter bow. Target bows generally are 68 inches for a normal person. I shoot 68 inches. If you're longer, you'll shoot longer. Basically, it's not going to make a lot of difference. We're talking 2 or 3 feet per second, probably changing from 62 to 60 inches. So don't get hung up on stuff that much. The graphics look nice. Now, Win have 3 brands effectively. WNS, Wireless, and Black. Black is their hunting brand, and that's where their target compounds are. This is where this bow is, and that's where the Black Wolf is. So this is under the Black brand. It looks quite nice, well priced. Let's put it together and have a shot, see how it shoots. Okay, so what comes in the kit? Comes with some Allen keys. These are for adjusting your poundage and fiddling around for limb alignment. That's kind of cool. Now this is like a standard recurve, so if you want to shoot like a screw and arrow rest or like a plunger button, you can fit it to this riser. If you want to shoot off the shelf, it comes with this. There's a little, doesn't bolt on. You can see it's a little plate. It's curved. So it's curved at the bottom and curved at the side. Now it doesn't come with any felt, so you need some felt with it. It comes with 3M tape, so we're going to fit this. Now before we fit this, I'm just going to show you how it fits. Just like that. So it's not a bolt on, it just looks like that. Look, it's nice and simple. It looks like it's built for it. It'd be nice if it had some felt with it, but you can buy that. This is what I'm going to shoot with it. So we're going to stick this on. I like the black. The black to me looks pretty cool. And the price point is nice. Now, I pulled off the wrong one first. I should have pulled it the other way. Oh yeah, look, I stuffed that up completely. So now we're going to grab some limbs. So I'm going to go 45 pounds. That's what I normally use for a hunting kind of recurve. Now I'm shooting that for target, so I could probably go up to 45. I could probably go up to 50, and I have shot 50 pounds for a hunting recurve before. But for this review, we'll go 45. They're individually wrapped. Okay, so this says lower, and the other one will say upper. You'll see it's made in China. Some people think that's an issue. So I have some people buy win-win stuff from me or other company stuff, and it says it's made in China. They're like, I didn't know it wasn't made in China. Look, a lot of stuff's made in China. There's some reason why some win-win stuff is made in China. In fact, the top-end limbs are made in China because the chemical... China doesn't have the same requirements on chemicals that Korea has. So it's easy to make them there. Or possible to make them there. So that's the limb. So let's see how they clip in. Lower limb on the bottom. So hopefully this just clips in. Sometimes international fitting limbs are hard to clip in because it's quite easy. So to get it out, I pull out like that. Look, I think this looks pretty. Looks very Avenger-like. Avengers. Look, clips in nice. Now, this bow, obviously the limbs and the riser are sold separately, so you're going to need a 62-inch string with it. For this review, I'm just going to grab a 62-inch Dacron string from one of the existing bows, hopefully somewhere I can lay my hand on. But you'll need to buy a 62-inch string. You'll need to fit knocking points to it, silencers. You can get limb remedy things to stick on the limb here to absorb the shock and vibration. I'm not going to do it for this video. We're just going to check the draw cycle and see how it shoots. Okay, so stringing this bow, you best use a bow stringer, so you'll need to buy one of those as well. If you're thinking about stringing it on your legs and through your legs, you run the risk of this limb falling out when you're pulling it. You run the risk of twisting the limb when you string the bow and breaking the limbs, not covered by warranty. If you're stringing the bow and these limbs come out, as I've had happen before to customers, you will break the inside here, and I know why it happens. Look, the parts aren't that expensive to replace, but just use a bow stringer. That's $10, $15. So I've set up the bow and we're going to try shooting the bow now. So the first thing we're going to do is try the draw cycle. So it starts off and it's quite light here at 45. Well, for a 45 pound bow, it's quite light at the start. And it's starting to really build up towards the 28 inches. And 28 inches is where this bow hits 45. So it's quite light here, but at here is where it's starting to build up. And that's about as far as I can draw it. So it's really starting to stack up at the end of it. But it's quite smooth all the way through. But it's not like the new win $1,000 limbs, which are building at the start. So I don't expect the same sort of speed as the $1,000 limbs. So let's just shoot this through the chronograph and let's sort of... 190 feet per second. Now that's with a 300 grain arrow. I'm pretty impressed with that. So my target recurve, which is at 44 with the $1,000 limbs, is 220, and that was 190. $187. That one really caught my wrist. $188. Now these are vintage Black Eagle arrows in a 500 spine. So these would be about right for this bow. $160 feet per second. Now the bow itself, when you actually shoot it, you'll see there's very little vibration. I think it's very quiet. These are wooden arrows, so from Rose City, 4-inch feathers. $138 feet per second. So the noise you're hearing is where it's hitting the target. I'll shoot into the foam. You'll see it's a lot. So I'm still shooting this bulldog target, but we'll shoot into the foam. Now it's very important with a recurve to get this spine correct, because otherwise it's going to be hitting here. You can see there's some lower marks here, that's where the arrow is striking. Now I haven't set up a knocking point with it, but overall the draw cycle feels smooth, the vibration feels good, and to me, I'm hearing it whack, but I think that's the arrow. Now some of that's, I think I'm getting a bit of a crack on the end here with the string hitting. I think you could get rid of that. What we'll do is we'll move back further. So I actually shot this bow last night and did the review. It's just I didn't press record, so I'm going to do it again. So, and it was very quiet in the shot. It was a different target, but it sounded and felt very quiet. So there's very little vibration in the bow. So I'm not quite sure, like I definitely didn't hear this last night, so I'm hearing quite a loud slapping noise. Now I don't think that's from the bow, I think a lot of that's from the arrow hitting the target. And I think it's probably echoing around here, but I definitely didn't get this yesterday when I shot this review. It was very silent. I was very impressed. Let me just shoot into the foam. So I had a customer come in my store today and he said, I want a matte black metal riser for recurve, and I want 65 pounds. And I've got a budget of 800 and I want to shoot sights. Now this bow does meet those criteria because it goes to 65 pounds, which is rare. A lot of the other metal risers don't go to 65 pounds, but it doesn't have the ability to fit a sight. I'm wondering if I'm hearing the arrow on the shelf, because the bow itself, there's very little vibration with it. So I'm thinking I'm actually hearing the arrow run along this shelf of the bow. It's lovely to shoot, very little vibration, besides the one time where I hit my arm. Ouch. Because I didn't hold it right. I held it like that instead of like that. I haven't hit it again. You can see how I hit it. It's just like that instead of like that. Look, $440. This is a great bow. Win and Win produce quality stuff. The speeds are pretty good, 190. The competitors for this are beautiful bows as well. I think this is well priced in the marketplace. The Discovery is a lovely bow. The Junxing Pharos, a lovely bow. This reminds me a lot of the Black Wolf, but it's obviously a more budget version of it. But it's a lovely looking bow, and at 440, it's not busting the bank, and it's a quality brand. Win and win. You know, the T-bow, the Satori, lovely shooting bow, but you know, slightly higher price point. The T-bow's a little bit cheaper, but it doesn't have the doesn't go to 65, it only goes to 55. So overall, I think Win and Win have got a really good bow with this, with the Black Elk. I think this should be pretty popular. And if you're a shop, I think this should be something you look to stock. I would expect to sell more of these than other Win and Win products. So like if you sell motive risers, I'd expect you to sell more of these than motive risers, because I think this will be very popular for traditional archers. And you can stock, you know, the various colours of the risers, and all the limbs are interchangeable. It's a nice bow to stock. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. That's the Win and Win Black Elk. They're available now. They're only relatively new to the market. Thanks for watching. Bye.